a day. Thank you for bringing us safely through another week. Please humble us before your throne. Give us focus, give us understanding, and encourage our hearts so that we can glorify you with all things that we do. Be with the rest of brethren that are on their way. Bring them safely. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Justinian Head. Right, so last week, we went through a few points and we'll just go it over quickly, right? So, the Justinian Head, it started in 538 and then goes straight until 1054, right? It started when Emperor Justinian, he made the Bishop of Rome the head of all churches and the corrector of heretics, right? We also went through some of the events that led up to Justinian coming into the picture. And before Emperor Justinian came into the picture, there were the Germanic barbarians who were invading the Roman and the western part of the Roman Empire, right? And they believed in Arianism. By the way, this guy name was Arian, right? I made a mistake because they call the teachers Arianism, so I just put Arian, but it's really Arian, right? So the barbarians believed in Arianism that thought that Jesus Christ was a created God, and that was different to what the Catholic thought, that Jesus Christ was God by means of homoousia, having one substance or one essence with the Father and the Holy Spirit. So these barbarians were invading the Roman Empire and they were fighting and threatening the existence of the papacy. So this king here, King Clovis, when the barbarians were taking over the western part of the Roman Empire and threatening the existence of the papacy, this king, King Clovis, his wife, Clotilde, who was a Roman Catholic, and he was influenced by Catholicism. So he decided that he was going to give the papacy military aid, and he launched wars to protect the Catholic Church from the barbarians in 508. Right? We went through all these points last week, so we just briefly and quickly, right? So, Clovis launched the war to take over this part of the Roman Empire that was taken over by the barbarians. Right? So after Clovis, this is the 1903 year, when Justinian and Clovis were fighting against the barbarians had to renounce what they believed, and they had to accept the 1903, which teaches that Jesus Christ is God. Well, they have a wrong teaching behind it, and that it only has one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Right? So Justinian came in the picture, and he also influenced by Catholicism. He made a decree in 553 that the Bishop of Rome is the head of all churches and the corrector of heretics. And he launched a war in the same 553 to retake the western part of the Roman Empire from the rest of the barbarians, right? And it is only in 558 that the last barbarians, the Herodites, the Vandals, that the decree that the Pope is the head of all churches and the corrector of heretics took effect. Right? So the beginning of events of the Justinian Head is 476, Arian barbarians overtook the western part of the Roman Empire. 508, the Catholic Church got military aid from King Clovis. In 553, Emperor Justinian launched a war to defeat the rest of the barbarians and decree the Pope the head of all churches and the corrector of heretics. And in 558, the decree took effect when the last remaining tribes were defeated. And this is what we went through last week. Right, so we went through all these points last week, right, brethren? So, just hold on a minute, let me put again start. So we also went through certain principles that Justinian did and certain religious violations that he made. Right? And we saw that Constantine, all in all, he decreed the supremacy of the Pope, right? He called the Pope to have, or the papacy, to have control of Christians by public law. He used the military to enforce its headship. It had legal persecution and correction of heresy and heretics, and liberty of conscience was attacked legally. Right? So, Justinian also, he broke religious principles such as in the Bible we saw in Daniel that we are not supposed to establish religion. Right? King Nebuchadnezzar, he had the statue of gold, and he forced everyone to worship the statue, and everyone did except Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Right? He broke these rights. No establishment of religion. Nebuchadnezzar set up the statue and everyone has to worship it. We are not, no government is supposed to establish a religion by law. Right? He also broke this principle, no prohibition of religion. Right? With King Darius and Daniel, where he passed the law stating that nobody is to pray to any god or make any petition to any god. And that was prohibiting Daniel's religion. So no government is supposed to pass any law to prohibit religion. He also broke this principle of no protection of religion. Right? No government is to pass any laws that protect a religion. Right? The same King Darius, he said that if anybody could speak anything against the God of Daniel, they will be killed. Right? So you're not supposed to protect any religion, not even the truth. Because the truth can defend itself. God can defend himself. He is the God of all gods and the King of all kings. You don't need any king or any government to protect God's religion. Right? So we have to move on today. So last week we also saw, we reached here last week, right? So, the papacy influenced all these emperors to do these things. Persecuting thinking they are doing God's service. Persecuting poor Christians along with true Christians and forcing everyone to accept their religion and to practice their religion. They did all these things because they do not know God. We went through things last week. They do not know God. Christ told the disciples that there will come a time when they will throw you out of synagogue. And they will kill you. And they will think that they are doing God's service. And this is what the papacy did. Just like how the Muslims that killed in the name of Allah, the Catholic Church were persecuting people in the name of God, claiming to be Christians and forcing people to accept their religion. Now that was done because these people really don't know who is God, right? And to know God, we just got one scripture, right? To know God is to abide in His nature, which is love, right? So let's look at 1 John chapter 3 and verse 6. Right, so 1 John chapter 3 and verse 6. To know God is to abide in His nature, which is love. 1 John 3 verse 6, it says, whosoever abideth in Him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen Him, neither known Him. So, when a person abides in God, they don't sin. When they have God abiding in them, they don't sin. But seeing that the Catholic Church has committed so many sins, it says, whosoever sinneth hath not seen Him, neither known Him. So these people, they don't have God dwelling in them, thus they don't know God. Right? And we also went through this point, knowing God makes us sin-free. So when a person claims that they know God, they must be sin-free. Right? And the very same scripture in 1 John 3:6. He, if he abideth in Him, whosoever abideth in Him sinneth not. So if a person claims to know God, then God must be abiding in them. And if God is abiding in them, they will not be sinning. Right? So seeing that they have done so many sins, claiming that they are Christians, they really don't know God and they are not sin-free. Right, brethren? So today we'll be continuing the third point. Knowing God makes us love God and our fellow men. So, if the Catholic Church claims to know God, then they would love their fellow men also. Right? They would not be having the join us on our religion and forcing people to accept their religion. Right? So knowing God, if someone claims to know God, if you know God, then it means you have to love God and love your fellow men also. So let's look at 1 John chapter 4 and verse 7. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God. And everyone that loveth is born of who? God. And knoweth God. So scroll on the scripture. It says, beloved, let us love one another. Why? It says for love is of God. So we have to love one another because love is of God. And the wonderful study that we have been getting recently from Brother Nairon, human standards of love. Right? God has created us. And He created us to function with Him abiding in us. And God abiding in us will cause us to have good human personality traits. And all human personality traits are supposed to be channeled or it's supposed to be motivated by the truth. God dwelling in you is supposed to motivate your personality traits. You are not supposed to have personality traits, or your personality traits are not to be used to cause harm to another individual. Our personality traits are to be used to show love or God to another person. Right? So we have to love one another. If we claim to know God and love God, we have to do what? Love one another. Anybody who believes in God, if you ask them, do you love God? Everybody will say, well, yes. But when you look at their work by their fruits, you shall know them. If you look at their work, how they treat one another. Right? And this is not just for the Catholic Church, brother. This is for all of us to check ourselves. So look, in prophecies is not just about history and dates and all these things. It's nice principles. While you're looking at the sins of the Catholic Church, you can check yourself. Because in the end, if any one of us doesn't deal with ourselves and our human personality traits, you are going to join the ranks of the opposition. And it doesn't happen just so. It takes a period of deteriorating of personality traits for you to give up the faith when the end comes. Because it's not just, well, okay, you're not a buy today and you get the faith and analyze it. Everything we do has consequences, right? And a deterioration will take place if you don't deal with yourself. And you will just end up joining the very same Catholic Church that we are speaking about. You will end up joining them.
And we start to developing traits. Developing our personality every time you reject truth. Every time you accept truth and obey the truth, you're developing our personality. And that is what will start with you. I want to contribute that right? Now in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. Now this is something that I oftentimes use, like when you're dealing with Muslims particularly. You know it is across the border. But you know they have a pilgrimage that they usually make to a certain place, in which many of them get killed in the pilgrimage because they trample upon one another. And when you look at what the Bible is telling us here, because you want to have to ask themselves, if they say this Allah that they serve is so much love, then why is it they're supposed to be going on some kind of sacred or holy pilgrimage to Mecca, and yet it is that people die in the process? Because people are trampled upon in the process. So look what the Bible tells us here. The Bible tells us in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20, it says, if a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? So as he was rightly showing, love, God the divine nature in a person is manifested as we relate on a social realm to one another. So how could you say you love God, and yet still you go into something that claims to be a holy pilgrimage, and yet still you trampling upon your brother, and people dying in that process, but yet still you say you have love for God? Something is terribly wrong with that. But the example we get with the children of Israel crossing the Red Sea, you see what Yahweh does. Remember, it was not only young people there. There will be old people, there will be disabled people. And what does Yahweh do? He parts the sea, he dries the ground, and every human being was given an opportunity to cross safely to the other side. Nobody was trampled upon. And you're looking at over 500,000 people made that journey, and nobody was trampled upon. So when you look at the Bible in contrast to the Quran, the Bible is always superior by far to the Quran.
Amen. Amen. Right, so let's look at 1 John chapter 5, verse 1 to 4 and verse 18. 1 John chapter 5, verses 1 to 4 and verse 18. It says, whosoever believeth that Jesus is the Christ, or the Messiah, is born of God. And everyone that loveth him that begat, loveth him also that is begotten of him. So this scripture is telling us, he that believeth that Jesus is the Messiah, you accept the truth of Jesus as the Messiah, is born of God. And everyone that loveth him that begat, that is the divine nature, loveth him also that is begotten of him. Right? This is Christ. And so you know it has the divine nature and it has the divine character. So if anyone claims to love God, the divine nature, they will love the divine character, the revelation of him. You know, some people claim to love God, but when coming to accept the truth and do the right thing, you love God, yes, but you have to give up such and such and such. Some people claim to love the divine nature, but to obey the truth or the revelation of the divine nature, they can't do it. They don't want to do it. Right? So anyone that believes in God will accept the revelation of God and be obedient to it. And that person is considered to be born of God. Right? Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, and when we love God and keep his commandments. Right? For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not what? Grievous. So you know, some people when they hold on to certain values, they think that, okay, when the truth comes to them, they think that the commandment of God is grievous to keep, because if they give up this value, they will lose out on something. If I give up this to God, I will lose out, or I will experience some kind of discomfort, or I will lose out from experiencing something so nice. You know, like the commandment of God is so restricted. You know, when it comes to the truth, they have a just reform and standard. You know, some people think that's too long. I don't want to wear long clothes. And they think, okay, they're giving up for them in discomfort if they put on a long clothes. If they put on a long skirt or put on a long dress. Or they will experience some kind of discomfort if they have to give up the meal. You understand? Some kind of I define the natural hair might look too ugly or too plain or too dull, and you know how to keep it. Or the makeup, or the beauty, or anything. That, you know, so they have a standard and people have a problem with coming up to that standard. Or the diet. This thing tastes too nice, it's hard to give up and be a vegan. This scripture is not talking just about people in the world. You know, every one of us have to examine ourselves, what you are willing to give up for God, and God doesn't ask us to give up something. We would be sin-free, we would not sin. But besides being sin-free, but when you are sin-free, you have to keep yourself. And keeping yourself means keeping yourself in the love of God. Keep yourself abiding in God. Keep yourself. You don't set a standard for yourself. You know truth, you have a standard. The standard of truth, they are different versions. Some people will be ashamed of the standard of truth. They find, okay, that you put on the long clothes to come to church, but when you're on, the clothes wouldn't be so tight, but when you go out to the workplace, you just get a little shorter. Right, and it's about the men who the clothes get more a little worldly. But you know how the world have their fashion and they're not ashamed of it? Any trend that going on in the world, when people go to the store and they buy it and they want to put it on, they feel nice. They're sure, look, I have this brand here. It's the newest outfit, I have it on. And they're proud. And they're happy and they're not ashamed and they're going to their friends, watch this nice shoes, this in style, come and buy it. Watch this clothes, this in style, come and buy it. Brethren, if these Gentiles could be so bold-faced about their ungodly fashion, then you be bold with the culture of Julian. Put on the long skirt and say, Lord, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Amen. Put on the natural hair and no makeup, and I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. You doing the right thing and you can say, the Gentiles doing the wrong thing, and they're not ashamed. You doing the right thing and you're ashamed. No, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. You know, when I first came to this truth and I gave up certain clothes and I started wearing long clothes, my mom said to me, you want from one extreme to the next. Watch how long your clothes is. I love wearing, she's not saying truth because plenty things, but she don't like me long. She wants to wear she short clothes and she makeup and she do it. But she said you want from one extreme to the next, you look like an old lady and all the family, you look like an old lady and this and that and this.
Are you fancy?
I said the very same thing. I am happy with how I look here. Because when you put on this dress and you walk in the breeze, it's going and you have to hold it down. Now I don't have to hold on this long. If I sit in somewhere, I don't have to worry, everything showing, it's long, it's down there. You understand? And by God's grace, every man lesson is not my fault. Because I am well covered. Right? And you know, it's a and the makeup, you know, it's a plenty things out there. Some people say, well, it's a romantic makeup now to bad stage. And people say, what do you have to say about that? And we're not happy with our body. Yes, because I said we have buttons and rascals and all these things, but if God coming just now, that it doesn't just make so we're not looking at the world. God coming just now, if we still have clean skin just now. Just don't give up the standards. Don't drop the standards. Feel or to feel comfortable around the world. Right? Very comfortable. You want to listen? Go ahead.
If you want to get clean skin, if you want to get clean skin, take care, and keep it bud, and drink good apple, nice clean water, with a little sea salt in it, and drink that, and you get clean skin.
Amen.
Drink food.
And there are some things where you get water, if you drink plenty water, give up the juice for a little while, drink that juice, and drink plenty water for the month, your skin will get through. Right? Just eat healthy. Right? But the thing point about it is, the commandments of God are not grievous, and when the scripture says, keep yourself elevated one such as you not, there's a reason for all these standards. The standard is to keep you from the things of the world. So when the devil comes, he can't get you in this passion here, he can't get you in here, he can't get you in this area here. When he comes, you keep in the standard and there is no area he could come to get you support. Right, brethren? So, that's the there for this point. So anyone who knows God will abide in his nature with his love. Knowing God makes us simply. Knowing God makes us love God and our fellow men. You will love God, you will love your fellow men by having good personality traits motivated by the truth. So show towards your fellow men, because you know some people, a lot of us think about ourselves, right? Yes, when we come to church we will smile, we will be pleasant. But you know, in our general life, a lot of us think about ourselves and our comfort and our progress. And some of us, we know we lack sympathy for one another. Sometimes our brethren might be going good because we are in the end and everything one of us are getting tested. Our brethren, being on a ride, our brethren might be frustrated, might be making a bad decision and not going too good. And some of us are cool. Some of us are unsympathetic or not understanding. You'll say, well, brother so-and-so in a ride, what shall we get to know? I don't want nothing to do with you. Come on, brother so-and-so, no, anything we get to know, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, let me say about myself. But sit down and think, why he get Why is he thinking so? You know what's going on in his mind. See what they could do to help. It has some people who stick to themselves to preserve themselves and just all around good. But you know, all of us have to search ourselves and see where we can come. Do we lack sympathy? Do we lack understanding? Do we really consider and think about our brethren and what they are going through? Everybody going through the little trouble. And everyone needs encouragement. So much times a lot of us will be, so I call it censorious, to take the point out, fault, take the point out and condemn. And to speak about that kind of behavior. Right? So what we're ready to do is see where we can uplift and encourage, because all of us have to face the end and we have to encourage each other and strengthen one another to face the end. And we have to be united to face the end. Right?
Amen. Amen.
From Romans chapter 15 and verse 1 and Hebrews chapter 5 verse 2. Right? I read verse 1 and verse 2 Hebrews chapter 5. Right? So, Romans chapter 15 verse 1 it says this. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmity of the weak and not to please ourselves. So this is actually those that are strong in faith. The more that they're strong, they're supposed to be able to bear the infirmity of the body, the infirmity of those that are weak. You understand? But also the Bible tells us, while they're bearing the infirmity of the weak, you have to have compassion upon the weak. Why? Because you yourself know that you have infirmity, and you know what it feels like to have a faith. So you're supposed to have compassion upon those that have infirmity. Right? If you look at Hebrews chapter 5, and we look at verse 1 and verse 2, for every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to God, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for men, for sin. Who can have compassion upon the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, for that he himself also is compelled with the truth. You understand? So you yourself know that you have a faith. You're supposed to have compassion upon the ignorant. Compassion is not to help the person to understand. This is the way of the church. This is the way of the church. Right? So,
Amen. Amen. Amen, brother. Yes,
Amen.
Right? Now, I want to compare two scriptures. One in Proverbs chapter 31 and one in Psalms chapter 29. Proverbs chapter 31 and look at verse 30 and compare it with Psalms chapter 29 and verse 2. So I'm reading Proverbs chapter 31, Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 30. And the Bible tells us this. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. In other words, in many words, they will normally go up on the beauty of a woman and they will praise after that. And the man who is writing here was King Solomon. And we know some of his problems. He had a lot of women because he was weak to his beauty and so on. But in the end, thank God, he was able to show that beauty is really nothing after all. But what is true beauty is what? Amen. I'm not saying what I said. So let's see that from Psalm chapter 29 and verse 2. Psalm chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, give unto Yahweh the glory due unto his name. Worship Yahweh in the beauty of holiness. So you may not have the best looking pictures on the outside. Don't worry, we still be responsible for that. But know one thing for sure. Once you have holiness, once you have the character of God, the character of Christ in you, you in the end will achieve whatever you need to achieve. Whatever more longer you want to get over, you will look. But you know for sure you will be very beautiful. Like that, right? Amen. Very good.
Amen. Right, so brethren, yes, beauty is holiness. And you know, even though someone has the beautiful looks on the outside, if that person does not abide in the truth of Christ, those creatures will start to get affected. The Bible says the wisdom of a man maketh his face to shine. But in another place, James says there's a wisdom that comes from above, which is peaceful, which is heavenly. So if you have the wisdom of Christ, it will cause your face to shine. But it also says there's a wisdom that comes from beneath. It is sensual, it is devilish. And if you have that kind of wisdom in your mind, it will affect, it will shine on your countenance. You will see it in your eyes. It will affect your features. And so you could be all beautiful, but you're not abiding in the truth, you're going to get old. Right? So the truth of Christ will make anybody beautiful. And you know when Samuel was going to point out to anoint David, God told him, man doesn't look at what God does look at. Man does look at the outward features, but God does look at the mind, at the heart. Right? So physical features doesn't matter, right? And at the end of the day, when you really sit down and you think about it, and you go through your experiences, you will see it does not matter. It doesn't count. Okay, and you look pretty and you look nice and you look handsome. Okay, what next? It doesn't matter. Are you abiding in the truth of Christ? Right? That is the real treasure is Christ in the person. Right, brethren? So we can move on now, right? So this is what was wrong with the Catholic Church, persecuting and taking to be Christian. They didn't know who is God in the first place to abide in Him. They were not made simply. They did not love God, neither their fellow men, and they could persecute people. Also, God alone is the penal judge of heresy, not any government or any Catholic Church. So let's see that in Revelation chapter 20 and verse 9. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 9. God is the only penal judge of heresy. Revelation chapter 20 verse 9, it says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. So this is speaking about in the end, after the 1,000 years, when we come back down from heaven and the New Jerusalem, the wicked will be resurrected, and they will compass the city again at 10 killers. And it says fire came down from heaven and devoured them. Now notice hellfire coming down from heaven. It's not there somewhere already. Right? But the point is, God is going to rain hellfire on all the wicked for their sins. So God alone has the right to destroy people for not accepting the truth. Right? No church or no government is to punish people for following any kind of religious law, because the thing with churches and government, when they don't have the truth, they will have false doctrine, and that they will be forcing people by law and locking them up for forcing them to believe false doctrine, to believe error, right? And that's what is wrong with that. So God is the only judge, He is the only penal judge of heresy, right? That was never given to man. God alone is the judge of your conscience. God alone is the judge of conscience. No government, no church leader. Let's look at Acts chapter 23 verse 1. Acts chapter 23 and verse 1. Acts 23:1, God alone is the judge of the conscience. Right? It says, and Paul, earnestly beholding the council, said, men and brethren, this day. He didn't say before Pontius Pilate, he didn't say before the Roman Caesar, he didn't say before any kind of government or any emperor. He said, until this day, he have a good conscience before God. And that is all that matters. So anytime any government is to pass any kind of laws to motivate or to determine your religious behavior or to attack your liberty or conscience, all that matters is your conscience before God. God said the 7th day, the Sabbath day, all that matters is your conscience before God. You may get jailed, you may get persecuted, you may be martyred. All that matters is your conscience before God. And that is why you would only be able to cherish that principle if you live in it now. If you live in this principle now, my conscience, having a good conscience before God, that is how you make it in life. If it is you're defiling your conscience by holding on to some value, you can't not have a good conscience now, you're compromising your faith, you're doing certain wrong, and expect to make it in the end. No, you'll give up the faith. Appreciate having a clean conscience now. Do the right thing, have a clean conscience now, and learn to appreciate that. So when persecution comes, you will say, Dale, I'm going to sit down here. You not speak to somebody. They come in to tell you the guilty, they will connect, you will go, you will be happy. Your neck will cut off, but your conscience was free. Your conscience was clean. Right, so learn to appreciate brethren, a clear conscience before God now, because the end coming, some of us going to die anyway, so the best to die for God, that you have a clean conscience dying, because the death of the wicked is not nice. Right?
No, we must value the peace we have when we are abiding. Amen. Because when you have peace with God, when you are abiding, any trouble comes, any tragedy comes, you will have faith to face it and it will be a peace to face it. If you're not abiding and trouble comes, war not to do, it will be a terrible experience. So you must value the peace we have when we are abiding, that we will be careful when trouble comes.
Right. So by the church of Romans chapter 5 and verse 1. Church of Romans 5 verse 1 coming down by the time.
Isaiah 73 verse 20. Isaiah 33 verse 20. And it reads, for Yahweh is our judge. Yahweh is our lawgiver. And Yahweh is king. He will save us.
Amen. Right? So back in Romans chapter 5 verse 1. Right? I'll say when to stop. 1 to 4. Romans chapter 5 verse 1 to 4 it says, therefore, being what? Justified by faith, we have what? Peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Now when it says you have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, it means you have peace with God, you have God dwelling in the mind through the truth of Christ. But that is only when you are obedient to the truth of Christ, you will have a clear conscience, so you will have peace with God, right? God dwelling in the heart gives us peace, right? With truth. By whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. And not only so, this part here, and not only so, the glory in what? Tribulation also. Knowing that tribulation worketh what? Patience or endurance. So we have to go to not get overwhelmed or get angry or discouraged when tribulation comes. Tribulation is the word patience or endurance. For you to endure, and the Bible says, here is the patience of the king, or the endurance of the king. Here they that keep what? The commandments of God and what? In the faith of Jesus. So endurance is when you keep the faith and you keep the commandments in the face of any test or trip or trial, right? So verse 4. And patience or endurance, experience. So that's the scripture. When tribulation comes and you practice endurance, which is keeping the faith and keeping the commandments, when you do that, you get what? Experience. Listen, when a test comes to you and you don't keep the commandments, you give up the faith and you behave badly, or whatever it is you do, you give up the faith. What kind of experience you will have? A sinful experience, a bad experience. And the next situation comes, you don't have experience to face it. You know, sometimes we go to the elders for counsel because he have more experience in the faith, experience of abiding in the truth. So you know, sometimes they go into a mechanic or they go into a barber, you speak with somebody with more experience because they will know what they're doing. So the point of keeping the faith and doing the right thing in the face of trials is when you go through the situation, you do the right thing, you will see that everything works out for the best. And then you have that experience now. So when the next situation comes, you have what? Experience. Experience in this thing.
So the next situation, because they have experience and patience,
Irregular, next point. I love this one. So on patience, experience, and experience what? Hope. So you have hope because you know, hey, I do this and I get through. So I have hope now. Anything else come, I will be able to face it. And that is how you prepare for the end. You keep the faith, you do the right thing, you will have experience, and you will have hope. You will see, okay, persecution coming. You will be careful and overwhelmed. You will have hope because you know the experiences you had. You went through experiences where you keep the faith, you keep the commandments, and you now strengthen up the faith, the end. Right? So we will stop there on that scripture, right? So, brethren, God alone is the final judge of heresies. God alone is the judge of conscience. So the thing is, cherish a good conscience before God. Get a good conscience before God, cherish it. So that is the only thing that will cause you to keep the faith in the face of persecution very soon. Right? The next point is all the members of the true church are on the same level. All members of the true church are on the same level. But Jesus alone is the master or supreme head of all churches. So Justinian wants to decree the Pope the supreme head of all churches. No. Everybody who claims to be God's church are on the same level. Everybody is brethren. Jesus alone is the head of all churches. Right? Let's look at Matthew chapter 23 and verse 8. Matthew chapter 23 and verse 8. Matthew 23:8, it says, but be not ye called what? Rabbi. For one is your rabbi, even what? Christ. And all ye are what? Brethren. So no one is to be called rabbi or be called master. Right? There's only one master, one head of all churches, and that is Christ. Right? And everybody else is brethren. Let's look at Matthew chapter 20 and verse 25 to 27. Matthew chapter 20 verse 25 to 27. It says, but Jesus called them unto him and said, now this is when John and James, they pushed their mother to go and ask Jesus. When he gets in his kingdom, she wants two sons on his side, right? And Jesus had to give them a little rebuke because they were seeking some kind of exaltation above the brethren. And when the other disciples see that, they're vexed because, you know, in their mind, they had a wrong idea in their mind, and you know what's their purpose. And everybody just wanted to exalt themselves above, you know, their brethren. So John and James wanted to be a little more exalted than their brethren and be on Jesus' two sides when he gets in his kingdom. And this is part of what Jesus told them. Verse 25, it says, but Jesus called them unto him. There's the rest of the disciples that get angry that James and John was requesting this. But Jesus called them unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. So Jesus said, look at this. Look at the Gentiles. They have their princes, their kings, and if you look at the princes and the kings, they're arrogant, and they want to have authority over everybody else, and they treat everybody else low. So Jesus is saying this to them. Look at verse 26. He says, but it shall not be so way among you. So nobody is to be any authoritarian figure over anybody. Right? Nobody is to be over anybody. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever will be what? Great among you, let him be your what? Minister. Stop. Whosoever shall be great among you, let him be your minister. You know, sometimes when people hear the word minister, they think, you know, somebody above the highest person in the church, somebody above everybody else. You know, like the Pentecostals, the different churches out there, the pastor is so highfalutin, you can't talk to nobody when service done. You jump in the big fancy car and go in the big fancy castle and you have all the money pocket packed. Some people think a minister is somebody who high in the church above everybody else. Some people think, I'm going to be a minister, that's going to be something in their mind, something a little more elevated than everybody else. And Jesus says in the scripture, whosoever shall be great among you, let him be your servant. But what does he mean when he says that? Look at verse 27. And whosoever will be what? Chief among you, the same great among you, let him be your what? Servant. So what is a minister? A servant. And when they think about a servant, they think about the lowest person in the rank. That is a minister. So anybody who has in their mind, I'm going to be a minister in the gospel, I'm going to preach, I'm going to top a pulpit and preach to people and think you're better than anybody else. No. A minister is a servant. You have to dedicate yourself to the truth. You have to humble yourself to the truth. You cannot come and stand up on top of the pulpit and you have pride in your hands. You will embarrass yourself. Right? Pride cometh before destruction and haughty spirit before a fall. So a minister, brethren, is not some kind of highfalutin, exalted position above any of your brethren. A minister is a servant. You are here to serve people, not to exercise authority over them. Brother?
In Adventist church, they have that kind of hierarchical rank. Clergy and laity. The Adventist church has that there.
Yes, it is. Right, brethren? So that's it there for these points here. So I'll just read a few points that summarizes certain things in the Justinian Head that we went through, right? So the following is true about the Justinian Head, right? 1. The decree of the supremacy of the Pope was for the barbarians that began to make up the new population of the Western Roman Empire. They would be the European nations that would coexist for more than 1,000 years alongside with the papacy. So the decree where Justinian made the Pope the head of all churches, it was for the barbarians who was taking over the Western Europe. And those very same barbarians that took over the Western Rome is the same European nations that we know today. Right? Point 2. The Pope was given control over all Christians by public law. this is what was done. The Pope got control over all Christians by public law. Point 3. The Pope could now, through public law, use the military to enforce its headship of all the churches. This aid could now come from the remnants of the Roman Empire in the east and from the Barbarian authorities. So in Emperor Justinian's interference, the Pope could now use the military, use the army. Imagine the government of Trinidad today we're using the army and coming to your doors and forcing you to be a Catholic. Right. The Pope could have now used the laws of the land, use the military to enforce its religion and its headship over all Christianity. Right? Point 4. Correcting heresy and heretics as a power given to the papacy could now facilitate for the legal persecution of conscientious Christians. So, it was now legal for the papacy to persecute people of conscience. Right? That was what happened in the Justinian Head. It was now made legal for the papacy to persecute people of conscience, right? And the last point, public law gave the consciences of Christians and people in the empire into the hands of the papacy, and this is erroneous legislation. So the law of the land gave people's consciences into the hands of the Pope, right? And that is erroneous legislation. Right, brethren? So, continuing again, there are a few more events that happened in the Justinian Head to wrap up the head, right? So this picture you're seeing here, this is Pope Gregory the First. Pope Gregory the First, also known as Gregory the Great, he existed in 590 to 604 after Christ. He enlarged the circle of ecclesiastical rule by obtaining land and property which the papacy later on had temporal rule over. So after using emperors to enforce its headship, they now start to target getting land and territory to rule over. So they were not just satisfied with, okay, the Pope is the head of all churches and he's just leading over Christians. No, that was not enough. They had to get land and territory to rule over, like a government. Being a religious leader wasn't enough. They wanted something more, like, a government owning lands all over. They wanted that. So Pope Gregory, he started to do that. He started to take land and property all over in Rome for the papacy to rule over. Right? So, but these lands were in places like Italy and Spain and Africa and these kind of places. So I'll just read a small quote. Right? It says, this is taken from Frederick Goddard, the chair of Peter, right? From page 169, it says, Gregory I died on the 12th of March 604. He was the second pope in the history of the church, to be given the title of Great. The first being was Leo I. Leo I was called Great also. It says Gregory had occupied Peter's chair for nearly 14 years, and he had enlarged the circle of ecclesiastical rule throughout Europe, meaning he enlarged the circle of territory where the papacy could rule over. That is what he did. Right? So, that is one of the events that furthered the development of the papacy. Next chapter. After Gregory I, we had Gregory II. And Gregory II Gregory II, there was an emperor on the other side of the Roman Empire called Emperor Leo III. Some historians say Leo II, but the point is there was an emperor named Leo at that time. He denounced idolatry in the church. The worship of Mary and all this stuff. It's not saying this emperor denounced idolatry. And this Gregory II here, he had a quarrel with Emperor Leo about this whole idolatry in the church. Right, so I'm going to read a small quote from the same book, Frederick Gonta, the Chair of Peter, page 174. It says, what the apostolic see needed above all else was a man of independent character with the courage of a reformer. A man of this type was Gregory II, a Roman who wrote to Emperor Leo II, or the third. You see this issue because Leo II, some historians have Leo III, right? So there's the Catholic Church has been mixing up history over the years, right? So the point is, Gregory, the Pope Gregory II, he quarreled. He wrote to Emperor Leo here, who was an historian from the mountains of southern Turkey. Here's what he says. Here's what Pope Gregory says to the emperor. He says, "You say we worship stones, walls, and beams. It is only ignorance that makes you say such things. For we fashion images only as a reminder of whose names they bear, whose features they represent, so that our dull and brutal spirits may thereby be uplifted." So that's what he told Emperor Leo. He said the images, it just to remind us of the people who it represents. So if they have a statue of Peter, it is to remind us of Peter and to uplift the spirits. He justifying the images in the church. So the Emperor Leo turned that back and he said, "I am the emperor, I am the priest." And he threatened to send a punitive expedition from Constantinople to Rome to destroy the St. Peter's statue and to bring back the Pope in chains to Bosphorus. So Leo was the emperor in the eastern part of Rome, in Constantinople, and Gregory was in Rome. So when Gregory tell him how we ignorant and the British and the statues just to remind us of people, Emperor Leo said, "No, I is the emperor, I is the priest." And he sent people to bring down St. Peter's statue and to bring back the Pope, lock up the Pope and bring him in chains. Arrest the Pope and bring him in chains, right? So Gregory now answered back. With the spirit of his namesake. He said, "Know that the popes are the mediators between the east and the west, and do not fear your threats. We have a safe place of refuge, always at hand, a mile outside of Rome in the Campagna. All the peoples of the west regard with faithful veneration him whose image you so boastfully propose to throw down and destroy, the holy Peter, with whom all the kingdoms of the west look upon as God on earth. Send your people. We are innocent of the blood that they will shed. It is on your head that it will fall." So Gregory said, "Leo, we are not afraid of you. We have protection, and by the way, everybody in the east and the west in Rome regard Peter as God on earth. So whatever blood you're going and shed, our hands are free of that. You could do what you want, but we are innocent of the blood that you're going to shed. But we are not afraid of you, and everyone regards Peter as God on earth." So this is the quarrel between Pope Gregory II and Emperor Leo, who denounced idolatry in the church. Next one. No, sorry, that's not me. Sorry, Regina. Go ahead.
So we have an emperor. That is not even the head of the church, the so-called head of the church, but an emperor denouncing idolatry. In the church, it's supposed to be the church denouncing what? Idolatry. The emperor.
Yes. That is so bad. And the Pope had the audacity to justify it. Right? So, there was another Syrian, and next Pope, Pope Gregory III followed. And he also quarreled with Leo II. Right? And I quote from the same book, Frederick Gonzalez, the chair of Peter, page 176, it says, another Syrian, Gregory III, succeeded Gregory II. And he also quarreled with the Emperor Leo the Isaurian, known as the roaring and raging lion, on the question of images. Previously, Leo had sold Rome when it was saved Rome. Previously, Leo had saved Rome when it was besieged by the Arabs. The Islamic flood had been dammed. Things reached to such a pass that on the 1st of November 731, a Roman council excommunicated the imperial iconoclast but without naming him. So the point is, this Pope here, when he came after, he also quarreled with Leo about idolatry in the church, but he went further. They held a council and they excommunicated Leo. Right? Excommunication from being a Catholic. He was excommunicated from the church for denouncing idolatry in the church. So imagine an emperor denouncing idolatry in the church, and the popes had a quarrel with him and they ended up excommunicating him. Right, Benjamin? So this is some of the events that went on in the Justinian Head. So Emperor Justinian and they exalted the headship of the papacy. And then Gregory I started to get territories and land. And now you see, they now exercising authority over emperors. All the time emperors helping them. Now they start to exercise authority. They denounce the emperor for telling them about the idols in the church. Right, brethren? So this is the growing of the papacy during the time of the Justinian Head. Next one. Another event in the Justinian Head, a false donation of Constantine's document was used by Pope Stephen III to claim that the bishops of Rome were given territory by Constantine to have temporal rule over. This donation comprised almost the whole of Italy. So Pope Stephen III, from 752 to 757, he claimed that false donation of Constantine. The Roman Catholic Church came up with this piece of paper saying that Constantine gave them almost the whole of Italy. They just forged a document and suddenly they claimed a whole lot of land. Right? And this is what Pope Stephen III did.
And in that document, what title was first used here for the Pope?
Vicarious Filiae Dei. So yes, the first title given to the Pope in this document was Vicarious Filiae Dei, substitute Christ on earth. Right, brethren? So this is what Stephen III did. They claimed a false document called the Donation of Constantine, and the Catholic Church stole land. They claimed to get land from Constantine. Right? Next chart. So after Stephen III now, Pepin, the king of France, he drew up the donations of Pepin. He was the king of the France. And he gave it to the Pope. And that became the official inauguration of the papal states over which the Pope ruled. So this year, right? And this is where, or in this area here, the church stays, right? Right? So, brethren, Pepin, the king of France, he came after Stephen the Third. So even Stephen the Third came up with a false document saying that country he gave them land. Pepin, the king of France, the king of the Franks, he drew up a donation called the donation of Pepin, and he gave it to the Pope, and it became the papal states over which the Pope ruled. So the Pope was able to now not only be a religious leader, but to rule over certain lands in Rome, in Italy, right? In this donation, the whole of the West was regarded as, so to speak, church property. The Franco-Roman Pact and this so-called donation of Pepin was signed on the 14th of April 754, and on the 28th of July 754, Pepin was anointed by the Pope as the mayor of the palace and his two sons. And his two sons, Charles and Cabeloban, was anointed as kings of the Franks and patricians of Rome. And Pepin was then named the defender, protector, and advocate of the church. Right, brethren? So, this is what the papacy did. During the Justinian Head, they exalted their headship. Then they started to attain land falsely. Then Pepin come and officially gave them the lands. And you know, they made Pepin the defender, protector, and advocate of the church because he was advocating the headship of the Catholic Church. So not only they wanted religious leadership, but they wanted temporal or civil authority as well, right? One small quote here on the same topic. Frederick Gunter, the chair of Peter, page 178 to 179, it says, the event marks the historical inauguration of the states of the church, from being a pope and pontifex maximus, from being an uncrowned sovereign without a treaty, without civil title, but at times with highly important civil duties on behalf of Rome and Italy. Stephen III had now become the founder of the Papal States with a royal Frankish sorcery. Right, brethren? So, from being a normal pope and bishop in the church and head of the Christian society, Christendom, they now got civil titles and they had what we call the Papal States today. Right, but over the years they lost the Papal State. There were a lot of infidels, and then came the French Revolution with Napoleon. They went and General Berthier sent Napoleon to capture the Pope, you know, and by all those time, you know, Italy, all of Italy was taken, almost was taken from these places here were taken. Most of it was taken, besides Rome and a small place was taken from the Catholic Church. Right? With the French Revolution and Napoleon and this. So those papal states were taken back. You know, God sent this retribution. Right? And it is only in the 19th century Benito Mussolini came back and gave them a little piece of land in Rome there. Right? So that's it there with the papal states. So, next one. So, the event this is what we just went through, right? Just a summary. Pope Gregory I acquired land and property in enlarging its ecclesiastical rule. That is what went on. Pope Gregory II threatened Leo III, who denounced idolatry in the church. Gregory III also quarreled with Leo about idolatry and excommunicated him. Pope Stephen III had a false donation of Constantine to claim more territory for the Pope. And also the donation of Pepin, the king of the Franks, territory and made it the official inauguration of the papal states, and that is what they did. Right, brethren? So the final event that ends the Justinian Head of the papacy is the Great East-West Schism of 1054. Right? The Great East-West Schism of 1054. So the Justinian Head summarized the main points. 568, the Pope was officially made the head of all churches and the corrector of heretics. 754 was the inauguration of papal states, so the papacy was growing in authority, right? The Pope had authority over civil law. And 1054 now, this is what ends the Justinian Head. There was a split between the churches in the eastern part of the Roman Empire and the churches in the western part of the Roman Empire, right? It had a big split, which will continue in the next head, right? But I'll just read something short. It says, finally, by the year 1054, the Justinian Head ends with an unbreakable rift between the Eastern Church and the Western Church. The Catholic Church in the West was cut off by the Orthodox in the East. The restoration of East-West unity that was initiated by Justinian's recapture of much of the Western Roman Empire from some of the barbarians was finally lost to the church in Rome and church in the East in Constantinople. Right, brethren? So, when the barbarians took over the West, Justinian went and fight back the rest of the barbarians and got back the West. Right, so this unity that he sought to get, it was split once more when the churches in the East and the churches in the West, they had a disagreement which we'll go on to in the next head. It had a split in those churches. Right? The churches in the East, of course Rome in the West, the bishops in Rome always arrogant and always want to be head over everything. Right? The churches in the East refused to bow to the bishop of Rome in the West. So both of them excommunicated each other. Right? And that is what we're going to more soon, right? So one small quote from the same book, Frederick Gonta, the chair of St. Peter, page 228, it says, on the 16th of July, 1054, the separation between the Western and Eastern churches was seen to be final and irrevocable. So brethren, in the next head, which is the Western head, we'll go into the details of why the churches split. But for now, the churches in the unity that Emperor Justinian sought to get in the beginning of the head, it was lost when the churches in the East and the West excommunicated each other. Right? And this is the head, this is the end, of the Justinian head of the 7 heads of the papacy. Right? So, with that said, so brethren, what was done all in all is the exaltation of the seat of the papacy. Satan's seat. What was done in all this history, look at it generally, when you see these emperors exalting the Pope, the Bishop of Rome, making him the head of all churches, they gather in land and territory to rule over. All this is the growing of the papacy into a big power. Right? And all this is setting up of Satan's seat on the earth. Right? So it's not just, well, this Pope do this in 7 something, and it's not just history and dates. There is always an agenda behind it. It is Satan sitting behind the scenes and pushing and exalting the chair of Peter, or the chair of the Bishop of Rome, and the Bible tells us the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and what? Great authority. So when we see all these things, that is really Satan. This is like a crash course of Satan's seat that we are going through. How he exalted the Roman Catholic Church and the papacy, and how he exalted his seat. So in the end here, when we see that America exercised the power of the papacy before him, we already have a crash course as to how Satan got his seat and the kind of government he had before, right? So we would be prepared for it. And we know, and the points we went through before. Appreciate having a good conscience before God. So in the end here, when we have to face the papacy with Satan, all the world wandering after the beast and worshiping Satan. Once we appreciate having a clear conscience now by living century and being obedient, in the end here we will keep that clear conscience before God and face Satan with his seat, right, brethren?
Yeah, you say that crash. You say that crash trucks, right? But that's true. I say they crash many times when they're going on the coast. Right? Because it's our time, it's our 4 hopes. And 2 of them always battling against each other. Right? And then after one kill one assassinate one, and next one assassinate one. Then after it's our time, as I say, that time, it's this particular woman with child. Right? But the child was the child of a pope. Right? And this woman keep on manipulating this pope until she gets assassinated. And next pope come up, one manipulate he get next one assassinated. So now 5 popes here get killed by that woman until somebody come and kill that woman. Until that era done. Then after that whole spot, that whole fleet of paper on ships, cannons and all different things. And every time sailing some chaotic thing always happens. It really shows in the fact. It's ready, while on the course, it's ready crash. Then Satan sit. It's ready a crash.
One thing I could say also is that sometimes when an event takes place and the event may be insignificant to us, it may be just a little history and it may mean nothing to the general public. But when you have a total view of prophecy, you can resolve how these little events build up the enemy and make them become trouble for us in the future. So while the event may seem to be small, it yet has a big significance when you look at the larger picture. And it always takes small piecemeal events to build up the whole thing.
Yes, because when you go on the Catholic news on YouTube and you see this one man in this one church dressed up in white and millions of people going to see him, all this history that we are going through, that is how that one man became so exalted. And when you see that one man, but not this one currently, when they get the next one, influence the government and the Protestants in America to pass a Sunday law, how that one man could influence governments and the world and Protestants in the world today. This history is the build-up of that man's influence, because that man is sitting in the seat of Satan. So when we face the very near events in the future, all this history is to make us understand the power and the influence and the growth of that one man called the Pope sitting in the seat of Satan. Right, brethren? So let us close with a word of prayer. Right? Our Father, which art in heaven, as we come before you once again, Yahweh, thank you very much for the opportunity to learn the truth, the opportunity to learn the devices of Satan, the workings of Satan. As the Bible says, we are not ignorant of his devices. And seeing that we are not ignorant of these things, and right now you are unveiling that man of sin, please help us to be sincere, help us to be diligent, strengthen us in the faith to do the work that you have called us to do, and not allow petty things to take our minds off our purpose and our mission. As we go through the rest of the Sabbath day, continue to strengthen and encourage each and every one of us, and help us to love you supremely and love our fellow men and encourage each other to be prepared for the end. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.